Hello. How are we doing today? We doing good? Guess who forgot to take a tablet? It's just quiet, Alexander. Just quiet today. Don't think there's much interest in X-Plane on the channel, but I don't particularly care. So we are flying. Hayden, if you want to hop on VATSIM, do, but I'm not going to do voice chat. I'm set at GA1, which is the only. Is November 978 Alpha Romeo U? Yes, okay. That's a BA 319. It's an interesting decision for model matching to take. I need to. Oh, I forgot to open Project Active Sky. Whoops. Oh, so you might notice, Aiden, that I fixed my frame rates. You might not notice because it's hidden. I fixed my frame rates. DRN to be F15. We're gonna cruise at 250. That's. No, we're not gonna cruise at 250,000 feet. We're gonna cruise 250 and direct. So, let's get this plane started up, because I need to program this thing up. Batteries on. Hectopascal is good. Right. Problem with this is I don't know what does what, so I'm just going to turn everything on. Because, yeah, a mobile phone holder? This isn't a mobile holder, this is a VR magnet. Hey, local cheats! So, we're gonna create a flight plan here. And just clear everything out of this. SDRN to Delta Fox Delta, and that's our flight plan. that is basically our flight plan. We're just gonna go straight there. So that can come off. And close down that. And what speed am I cruising at? As fast as humanly possible. Gonna go up to 5,000. 122.8 on COM 1, yes. 1220 on COM 2, please. COM 2 is not active. Where do I activate COM 2? Yeah.
Delta, Romeo, November, airport information, Echo 1600, Zulu, weather, wind 221 at 4, visibility 4,500, sky clear, temperature 43, dew point 3, QNH 1005. Advise on initial contact, you have information, Echo. Delta, Romeo, November, airport information, Echo 160.
Looks like we're taking off 27. 27 right, I guess. 27 left, even. Not 27 right. So yeah, without further ado, let's get this plane starting. The startup procedure is very easy. Turn on the battery, turn on the engine. Because what you've been doing on the server, I saw already you've been dealing with even more silage. Hey Sylvan. Why can I not hear the plane? Much better. I suppose without further ado, let's get on the move. Switching your plane real quick. Fair enough. Do you want me to hold short the runway then, Hayden? Because the joy of these planes is they are fairly easy to hold short with. You might be spawning on it. You're not allowed to spawn into the runway on VATSIM, Hayden. You're breaking all of the VATSIM rules. Forgot to disconnect when you went to change the plane. Oh dear. Now Hayden's gonna keep with something similar to me because he doesn't want to be just launching himself off. Is this how takeoff flaps? Yeah. I've turned down the graphical fidelity of everything so I can't see anything. Eclipse S50. Oh, you're flying an Eclipse? That's not a bad plane. Hoping the weather in Ouagadougou is nicer than the weather here in Niamey. I forgot to change the time. It's not that big. Yeah, an S50 isn't huge. It's a Cirrus with 2 engines. Just gonna hold here and wait for Hayden to decide to respawn. In the meantime, I can program in runway heading. Runway 27 is at heading 268. Because I want to hold runway heading for a bit. Up to 250. 228 in COM 1. COM 2 can go inactive right now, and I can just tune in 0.25 or 025. And transponder can go to mode Charlie. Gonna taxi down to the end of the runway to give Hayden a bit of time to get his stuff sorted. It's a long runway, so it'll take a little while. This plane's so light though that we can turn around at basically any point we want on the runway. There are no limitations on runway turning. This, I think Hayden's having issues with the. Oh no, he's off over there somewhere. In a BA 319 that's. It's an Airbus anyway, that's seemingly wanting to be a submarine. I mean, I'm probably visually to him in a 737 again. I still don't understand how Traff doesn't understand the G1000. It is the I find this is the G1000, by the way, guys. This is the GPS that Traff keeps saying he can't understand. Hey, ESG. Hayden, when I get down to 27 threshold, do you want to take off first? I can kind of pull off onto the grass, I think. I can turn. Oh, actually, I can turn off into the turning pad. New wheel arrives on either Friday or Saturday. Very nice, simulator gaming. Should be a turning pad down at the end of the runway here that I can use. Although you can see there's a slight disconnect between where is an X-plane and where it actually is, because the runway in real life is there. See that grey line on the ground? That is the actual runway in real life. Aiden, if you'd like to take to the runway at some point today, would be... Oh, you're on the grass, aren't you? X-plane hates people being on grass. SFTNCG here, very nice. What's happened there then? This is what happens when X-plane does, or when VATSIM does model matching. It gets a bit weird. You go, mysterious British Airways submarine. I'm gonna line up here. Hayden should be in the air momentarily. Hey, Mikey. And there he goes in the slowest Airbus takeoff you ever will see. Now I'm gonna have to wait here for about 2 minutes. Just while I wait for wake turbulence to go away, because I'm fairly sure Active Sky will think that's a 737 or an Airbus A320 as well, and I won't be very happy if I try and take off immediately. I'm gonna call that good. Let's start the timer. And up to 40% N1. Engine is stabilized. Here we go. Actual simulated turbulence. And rotate. Positive rate, gear up.
FSC flight not started.
Yes, shush. Just gonna hold runway heading here for a bit. CD215, thank you very much for the €1.10 super chat. So in terms of plan for right now, we're going to head up to 25,000 feet. This little jet, it's more than capable of doing it. And we're then going to cruise to Ouagadougou. Let's get my autopilot on. Yep. And autopilot to FMC. Our flight level change will do. And nav. Turn off your H2 to be frozen in the air for a second. That's fine. Thank you to Ked or CED215 for subscribing. Welcome to the Rainbow Day Madhouse. Hope you enjoy your stay. And for those of you who come from SFTN's channel, don't worry, this isn't a Flight Sim only channel. This is just Flight Sim Day on the channel. So we're going to climb at 152, 153 knots. A nice 9 knot tailwind that'll increase as we go up in altitude. Top of climb is going to be literally somewhere. There's our TCAS. We're actually closing in on Hayden, but we should outclimb him actually. It's 300 foot above. Slightly concerned about TCAS here. Should be okay, but there is that mild concern. Oh no, he's outclimbing me now. That's good. So in terms of where we're going today, in this, we are heading to Ouagadougou in Burkina Faso, and then whatever the capital of Mali is, Bamako. We're landing in Ouagadougou Airport in Burkina Faso, and Senu International Airport, or Modibo Keita International Airport in Bamako. There is a map available if you want, exclamation mark route, for the world tour map, which is mostly working at the moment. I did notice there's a derp in the Ivory Coast though, so that'll need to be... That can be fixed right now actually. Oh, there's a derp in Liberia as well. So let's start doing some fixes here. Your native like, oh, I'll slow down then. I apologize. That was me thinking too quickly. We're heading to Ouagadougou, which is in Burkina Faso. After that, we'll do a quick turnaround. We won't need to faff about too much there, and we will be heading then to Mali, I just need to find out where this leg goes. There we go. Wow, the Liberia Liberia Ivory Coast leg is just completely screwed. Oh, nuts. Stop. Yeah, don't be afraid to ask what I mean. Sometimes I do talk faster than I should, so feel free to ask what I mean, what I actually... to explain a bit further or something. Because Flight Sim is kind of by its nature quite complicated. I know that I'm not actually in game right now. But can be very complicated. How are we doing for our climb here? They're doing pretty well. Hayden's weird Airbus is still out climbing us. This music's a bit strange. Yeah, music from Pretzel has been a bit odd of late. And then Ivory Coast to Ghana. I am literally fixing the route map as we speak, by the way. There's probably another few weird bits dotted around, but they're the ones that I managed to spot today. Because I have been doing some tweaking to routings. Angola, Namibia. Should be, no, that's too far down. There we go. I've been tweaking routings a bit. You also play XP11, but you fly big airplanes like 737 or an Airbus A340. You should... CED, you should try smaller planes. You should try the likes of the Cirrus Jet, the Cessna 172, stuff like that. It can be very, very interesting. Just noticed that I'm going outside of my own range here, and the... What's going on with the autopilot, or the thing? There we go. I do have ortho that's mostly, I hope, working today. Will boss, hello. Why did my phone go off? Caution, ice detected. Outside air temperature should be visible here somewhere. That doesn't sound right though. Ice detected? Outside air temperature is minus 26, but I'm not getting any icing. Or even icing warnings. For 1,300 hours of the 172, that's quite a lot. This should never happen in real life. Oh, good God. You flew through a cloud. Well, there's Hayden. 200 feet above us. Let's get a dramatic view of this. That was vaguely dramatic. I don't know what view that is. That is actually a really cool view there. Yeah, that's a traffic warning if ever I saw one. My ortho's mostly working it. That's supposed to be zoom level 14. This is supposedly zoom level 14 ortho. I feel gypped. Oh, I actually have a traffic warning here. A yellow dot means there is a traffic warning ongoing. But now it's up to Hayden to avoid. Haha! Also gonna get, just in case Hayden's decided to try and get controllers on to troll me, get that up. Because Hayden knows how much I hate controlled airspace. Cabin brightness can go all the way up. Just for funsies. We're now 700, 800 feet above. What? Are you going space shuttle mode or something, Hayden? That doesn't make any sense. How did you end up down there? Are you trying now to... He's trying to fly under me now, the git. You leveled off? Well, in that case, I'm leveling off too. In our cruising altitude, in the 737 last night during my test leg, Hayden, my cruise altitude was 240. You were at 90 knots. Ah, yeah, that would not be good. Hey, Irish, how are you doing today? We're doing good. Doing good. In real life, the plane, our plane doing this route, would have some waypoints, number one, and would actually level off at about 24,000 feet, 240,000 feet. That'd be quite impressive. In real life, if a space shuttle did this route, it would level off at about 240,000 feet. Let's go up to 25,000. Flight level 250. Forgot to set Barrow to standard, which it doesn't want to do for some reason. PFD standard Barrow. See ya, CED. The stream will go on for a little while yet, so I'm still going. By the time you're back, feel free to rejoin. I'm anticipating this flight being about an hour and a half. The next flight being slightly longer. Of course, that's all dependent on actual cruising speeds, and I'm hoping for Mach 0.6. Look over the nose of my plane. Oh, Hayden, why? I can see it from here. Now that's dangerous. Hey, Addy Boo. Climb at 180 knots. Oh yeah. Beautiful. That beautiful 4,000 foot per minute ascent for a split second. Gonna tie the multiplayer map in a bit. Very nice, Alexandra. Estimated 45 minutes left. Wow, less than an hour for this flight. Yeah, we're both gonna cruise at 250. See you, Alexander. I'm leveling off at 250. I could go up to 270 if that's probably gonna be good for yeah, that's probably gonna be good for spacing. So I'm gonna climb 270. You can level at 25. Formation, okay. That was a weather change in a bit. I can now land if I want to, which is nice. Max landing weight is now above the actual weight of the plane. $250 yeah, this is all good. This is all actually fine in terms of cruise. I may as well. Even fuel flow is fine. Yeah, let's just full throttle this and see how fast we can go. I'm aiming for Mach 0.66. Or Mach 0.6 roughly. Currently I'm Mach 0.476. And pulling away from Hayden, which is nice. Hayden, what? How fast do you reckon I can get this thing to go? I'm hoping for Mach 0.6. I think it might try and level out speed-wise in Mach 0.5. We should be good in theory. 5.5, you reckon? I'd like 0.6 if I could get it. According to Cirrus Max. I think you'll find his name is no longer Cirrus Max, he's Citation Max. He's Citation Max now, he's upgraded. Zoom level 14 ortho was very disappointing. I think I broke it. $5-1. We do have a slight headwind, so that might impact. What's our ground speed? Is 298 knots. Very nice. Speedy boys. Just keep this wide open because it seems to be behaving itself. In terms of arrival, let's have a look at this real quick. It's DFFD for Ouagadougou. I'm just going to skip an arrivals procedure. For landing runway 22, we'll take RNAV. For landing runway 4 or 04, we'll take ILS Zulu. Transition altitude is 3,600. Minimums are going to be about 200 radar. 230 radar for that. And 368 radar for straight in RNAV. I could, in theory, do like the. Where is it? The I think the Bosa 1 Victor arrival in. That would work really nicely. But I think just going straight to the RNAV or the ILS will be fine. We'll probably, in fact, land it visually. 532 in terms of Mach number, that's not bad. Where are we in terms of these waypoints? It's not going to show. This green and black dotted line is what is basically the, as far as I'm aware, the glide range of my plane. I'm probably wrong there. Map, terrain, airways. Hang on, we're actually on an airway. Holy cow, I've accidentally done a thing correctly. Yeah, we're... Direct is an airway. We're somehow after doing something correctly, Aiden. Let's try on the next route as well. And declutter. Actually, don't need to declutter. I can just go map, turn off airways. Turn off... I'll need terrain, I'll need next rad. This green line here represents the range of the plane from where we currently are. May need a slight refueling in Ouagadougou, but we shouldn't. And we're almost halfway there already, believe it or not. Oakfield, in theory, should be released this week. In practice, it might not. Yeah, we're around about the halfway point already on this first leg, Aiden. Although comically, the actual halfway point in terms of time is going to be somewhere around the edge of this green dot, or green black dotted line, because we're going to need to descend and slow down and keep slow and do the whole approach thing. So that's something I need to be very much aware of. In terms of Mach number, 0.536. Space shuttle approach. We are not doing the space shuttle approach again. Also, you'll be very glad to hear, Hayden, I remember to pull the gear up this time. Oh, that's how you force standard barrel. Ooh. Speak for yourself. Yeah, I'm not doing space shuttle approach. I'm bad enough at landing this thing under good conditions. Why is my phone constantly going off? Oh god, Faye sent a photo in the group chat. Now this I need to see. Oh dear, I can't share that anywhere. Picture Jam offers me Nova Drift on Steam. What is that game? That game sounds familiar. A roguelike space shooter that melds classic arcade experience. Ooh! Ooh, this sounds interesting. You have a new toy for the next leg? Oh my god, this game looks really fun. So Mach 0.54 is fine. I'm going to stay in the Cirrus for the next leg as well, just because the next leg is 700 Ks. How fast am I going? Mach 0.54. Well, 0.537 to be specific. Which is probably about 300 knots along the ground, 313 along the ground. I've actually generated enough ortho to be sure that we'll actually have ortho the entire way today. Speaking of, let's go out into the chase view real quick. Where you can see that the ortho looks horrific for some reason. Where's Hayden's plane? A couple of miles back, I would presume. This guy looks familiar. Right down to Homer Simpson t-shirt. Mach 0.64 miles back. Oh god, you're gonna... If you're going 0.6, you're gonna catch up with me and, like, fly straight through me, dude. I'm also enjoying how the contrail is going down and then back up for some reason in this. Yeah, you're going Mach 0.7 faster than me. That's quite a significant amount. Or 0.07. You're 7.5 miles back. You're right on the 7.5 mile ring. $119 nautical miles to go. You're about 50 nautical miles. Let my Vico. I didn't do it in the end because a number of factors came into play. Aiden's going to shout at me. A number of factors came into play. Mainly, I wasn't happy with my mic. VATSIM wasn't detecting it very well. So I've got a new headset on order that should be here the week after next. Tail end or beginning of week after next. Also, yes, I chickened out. I'm nowhere near as confident as I come across during streams. Hey, big boy. Long time no see. Long time no see indeed. 28 minutes gone on this leg. It's going to be a fairly quick one. It's only about 200 nautical miles. You can see Hayden's closing in on me very slowly because before last time I checked he was just on the edge of the 7.5 nautical mile ring. Now he's inside it. Hayden, that new headset should be here start about a week from now, roughly, give or take a few days. Could be here by the end of this week. Been very busy. Mishmash channel, farm sim wise. Channel wise, not really. Oh, hey, we've hit 9,500 again. Farm sim wise, also not really. Frustratingly, farm sim's in a bit of a weird holding pattern where everybody wants new maps, but there are none getting released because they keep failing testing. So it's one of those frustrating times where the maps aren't there and people want them to be. Oakfield's been in testing now for about 3 weeks. Ground speed is 536, tour speed 363, crosswind of Japanese letter, night's wind is 323 degrees, 19 knots. Good time to be busy then? Yeah. I have a crosswind of 16. I don't have a crosswind of some Japanese characters. Yeah, I have no idea how the kanji got there either. Who's talking about Game of Thrones tonight? I'm not, I've already watched it. I watched it last night. Hey, Mark. Irish, a word of advice. And a word of advice to anybody who's not seen Game of Thrones yet. You know the brightness control on your TV? Turn that way up. You'll thank me for it. That's a spoiler-free bit of advice. Just turn the brightness up on your TV before you start watching it. You will need to. Don't spoil a game for me. Don't spoil a game for anybody. I'm probably not going to watch it myself. But yeah, don't spoil stuff. Because I could if I wanted to spoil Game of Thrones for everybody right now. But I'm not going to because the ending of this week's episode is amazing. It is truly shocking. How much I am very good indeed. .93 nautical miles to go at half the speed of sound, so we're doing pretty good here. To anybody who has seen Game of Thrones, spoiler free, what did you think of the ending of this week's episode? Spoiler free. To be fair to those who haven't seen it yet. Do you have streaming today? I have no idea, Mark. And how can I say this without sounding like a butt? Nah, big boy, don't worry. If there are spoilers, I can time people out. Explain, I can tab out super fast. I don't even need to tab out. Without sounding like a butt, I don't particularly care if we have streaming or not. I'll be going into like a both these flights though. It's one of the joys of doing flight sim. Back in 3, 2, 1. You're still 3 3/4 miles behind. On my what the hell is that? In the air now, 33 minutes. We got about 15 minutes left to go, so I will want to start planning the arrivals, so let's listen into COM2.
Delta, Foxtrot, Delta, airport information, India 1600, Zulu, weather, wind 182 at 6, visibility 10,000, sky clear, temperature 39, dew point 14, QNH 1007, advice on initial contact, you have information,
1007. So we're going 22 arrival
Delta,
at
Foxtrot, Delta, airport information.
007 QNH. I'm just going to put down QNH. See you, Mark. Q1007. And let's plan out our arrival for 22. Our approach for 22 even. Like I said, 2-2 is going to be the RNAV approach via... I want to get this correct. It's going to be via Limam, correct? Yes. And our minimums are going to be... Whoops. Barrow. Okay, Barrow minimums. If we've got LNAV, VNAV, it'll be 1350. This will take a little while. $1,350 minimums. We are good to just straight up activate that. That'll bring us in straight to it. Thing. We are, oh god, way above where we need to be. We are way above where we need to be. Flight level change. Okay, this is all going wrong. Okay, so at Lima we need to be at 2600. So now for some very panicked changes here. Flight level change. We are going to make a quite significant drop here. This little orange arrow, or this little purple arrow here, pinkish purple arrow, is where we're supposed to be. Because that's down, it means we're supposed to be a hell of a lot lower than we actually are. Aiden, you're going to want to start your descent as well, because I'm already going space shuttle status. We're currently 3,000 foot above where we need to be right now. I've started this descent way too late. Three knot headwind is good, I guess. Actually, 3 knot headwind is perfect. We are descending on idle thrust, which is why we're basically diving out of the sky right now. Aiden is starting to overtake us, but that's mainly because he's 4,000 foot ahead of us, or above us. Now you got VNAV armed. Check that again. Have you come to a complete stop or something, Aiden? Well, you're now descending, but very slowly. Okay, that should be fine to hold VNAV or VPath. We're now on VNAV or nav 15,000 feet. We will unset standard barrow, as in PFD, and we're looking at 1007. You took manual control, you're now following me. Ah. Okay, you're gonna hold about 200 knots. Picked up those mods that you dropped earlier. Very nice, Irish. You have them nicely arranged now. What did actually come out earlier? The farm sim. Out of curiosity. Maybe because you don't have the arrival loaded. Fair enough. Ooh, nice big baler. Oh, is that a proper big baler? No, it's a standard size baler. Dang it. HUD toggle, which you don't need. That's cool. Not much came out today. Even the Lemkin pack, not all that interesting. Diesel mod I like. That's a good idea. We are right on V path here, which is good. Ornav 22 via Limam. Hayden. Ornav 22 Limam transition. Lima India Mike Alpha Mike. You have Ornav 22. Do you have the Limam transition available? That should be the straight in Ornav 22. Now, in theory, we should actually be going. Well, I'll show you guys real quick. In theory, because of the way we're coming in, we should be going via Mocher transition. But that'll bring us straight to Limam anyway, so going Limam transition is fine. You don't have the star. It's not a star. It's the start point of the Ornav. You should have options of Carrot, Mocher, or Liman. We should technically be going Mocher. I'm going direct Limam because it's just as easy. And then it'll be straight in 112.9 if I tune that into nav1. 112.9. We should get some information. There we go. Yes. Yes to what, hey? Okay, yes is very helpful, but we got Crab Brave going, seemingly. Or fake Crab Brave. You're 1,200 foot below me? No, you're 1,200 foot above me. There's Hayden. There's my plane shooting off all sorts of particle effects. Good grief. Do you think there are enough particle effects going on my plane currently? It's probably because I'm going 225 indicated. Significantly more than 225 indicated. You have the star, Dagmar, that's very impressive. Do you even know what the star is? .30 miles from Ouagadougou. Yes, Hayden. Yes, I did. Or I do. Or whatever. Can I arm a rival or approach right now? It's probably not a good idea. How are we doing for fuel? Oh, we got more than enough fuel. You got the AXCG 300. I downloaded the, you know this already, I downloaded the 737 Ultimate. 737 700 Ultimate. Did that as a test leg last night. It was really nice. Really nice plane. Flies very similar to Zebo. Bit unstable on approach though, I've noticed. Gonna keep this at 187, 186. Inbound for 2600. We should have hit 2600 just at the right time. If I hit approach mode now... Yeah, that's perfect. And our landing altitude is about 1,000 feet. Actual runway elevation for 22 is, I think, 982 feet, and we've got 2 turning pads there. I don't know if the airport's going to look like this. I did a test run last night and everything was on the wrong side, so I'm not 100% sure if Ouagadougou is going to be actually in here correctly. But we can see what happens. The airport should be off over there somewhere. It's somewhere that doesn't have very good... Did I get the prefab thing? I did get the prefab thing. And it's loaded ahead of my ortho, which should work. I'm doing good, Brendan. How are you? Prefab thing is loading ahead of ortho, so it should load in with priority. Aiden, slow down to like 150. Just for spacing, because we're coming up on the approach now. Good evening, 1174. I'll continue in at about 180, 178, yeah, 180. If you slow or you speed 150, we should get decent spacing coming in. Might need flaps 1 for 150, but it shouldn't be too big of an issue. 8 miles from Le Mans. First landing attempt ever at the Eclipse 550. That should be interesting. I don't think I'll need full flaps for this runway. How long is the runway? I think it's 3 kilometers. A 3,000 meter runway. We can go flaps 1. Your flaps 50%. This thing doesn't want to drop speed too much at all. Come on. Drop some speed. 1,000 to go, 2,600. We should be at 2600 for a little bit, which is fine. 12 miles from Ouagadougou currently. So we go on to final, which will basically be at FD503, Fox Delta 503. I will throw out the flaps, start aggressively losing speed. So 4 nautical miles until we start final descent. Glide path is engaged, or is prepared. Holding 2600 feet for now. Let's get flaps deployed. Gear warning, that's fine. Nova has to be autoloader for 17. A lot of the autoload mods came with like a big bail compatibility, so you could probably get away with using them. Okay, gear can come down. Just keep the speed up for now. Hayden's probably going to fly straight through us here because I do have a habit of landing slowly. Flight path is engaged. Engine can come back a bit. Runway is in sight. Or at least the poppies are. Slowing down to 100. Yeah, I'm holding steady at 115. In theory I should be going slower than that, but just for spacing purposes I'll do a bit of an expedited landing. I'll use a bit more runway on the actual landing roll, but it'll be fine. In theory, Hayden should be at this 5 mile ring here. Hayden should be way back here. He's decidedly not. Got terrain starting to appear on the radar there, that's fine. Terrain is now everywhere on the radar, that's still fine. And the airport looks decidedly wrong. GGX plane. Disconnect the autopilot now. And we'll just fly the flight directory. Small bit of turbulence here. So be aware of a bit of turbulence, what, about 3 miles out?
500.
Bit low. Saying we're a bit low and to the right. I'm looking out and we're good. No, we're a bit to the left here. Okay, we're a bit high, that's fine. Hold the nose, hold the nose, hold the nose. Yeah, frustratingly, this airport doesn't seem to have generated correctly. I'll show you what the problem is. So in theory, we should be turning off to the right. In actuality, X-Plane has us turning off to the left. Aiden should actually be... looks like he might be landing behind us directly. Seeing as that's the runway in use, let's just go straight back up the runway here. There he is. Start taxiing our way back. Aiden, are you on the ground? Because I'm guessing you are, because you're slowed to like nothing. Ah, X-Squawk box never change. Let's get the flaps retracted. And I just pull off to the side of the taxiway here. And we can swap flights real quick. Because I very conveniently already had this flight ready to go. And on the flight plan page, we can clear that. And clear that. Clear that. Our next destination is Golf Alpha Bravo Sierra. Boom. And we're already configured to take off. So we can basically taxi to the holding point on the runway. Hayden, I'm guessing your airport also generated like this, because there's where we turned off to the left, we should have turned right. Because for whatever reason, the auto-gen airport here is terrible. Does explain default? Yeah. I mean, it's wrong. I am intentionally taxiing on this side of the runway, by the way. Or this side of the taxiway. To let to let the Airbus past. I'm enjoying how redonkulously shiny it is as well. Like, it's the shiniest plane that ever shinied. You about enough to... Yeah, sure. I mean, you can swap planes if you want. I can do a bit of refueling myself. Because I've only burned about a quarter tank. Let's top her up. The JFK taxi. And now a Ryanair taxi. They basically go full throttle and just taxi as quickly as they can for some reason. Like 90% of airlines taxi at a reasonable speed. Ryanair is just like, yep, we're taxiing. I almost took off on... Is Hayden landing? Hayden is in the British Airways Airbus. Is that an Airbus or is that a 737? That is a 737, in fact. I do apologize to Airbus. It's a 737-700, which is a bit odd. At least it looks like one. Why does it look like it's floating? Because this is what happens when you don't put ground clamping on in your VATSIM software. Or in your VATSIM client. Because Xsquawk box is a bit weird. And doesn't clamp things to the ground. Occasionally what you'll also see is... I need to actually refile flight plan, now that I think about it. Cabs, say to 5,000. Flight time's anticipated to be about 2 hours for this leg. And we've got tons of fuel. Yeah, Xsquawk box, which is the VATSIM client that I'm using, doesn't have any ground clamping, so occasionally planes will look like they're floating. If you've been watching previous streams where there was an Airbus coming into land, an A320 coming into land, he fell straight through the runway and went full submarine mode. It's gabs, not gaps. Hayden. Bravo Sierra, not Papa Sierra. Have you got the wrong airport planned? Let's just hold short here. And I'm gonna want to set my cruising altitude of 25,000 feet. There is Hayden preparing his takeoff roll. Any day now. The floating 737. There he goes. So we'll just line up and wait. Reset this. Gonna time out 2 minutes here for spacing. That is the minimum amount of time you really want to leave. What's our runway heading here? 22 is 216. Set our brakes on. And we are frustratingly gonna sit here for the next minute and a half. Just waiting for our timer to go up to 2 minutes. I can, in the meantime, turn off minimums. I'm gonna open up VATSPY just for funsies. And 30 seconds to go. Hey, Henry. $20 seconds. Call that good. Release the brake. Turn on the timer again. Up to 40% in 1. Engine stabilized. Set takeoff thrust. Ensure I'm roughly in the middle of the runway here. And rotate. Rotate, please. Thank you, plane. Pause the rate established, gear up.
FSC flight not started.
Yes, shush. I hit flight level change button here. Whoa. And we'll set flight level change to be about 150 knots will do. And nav. And autopilot can come on. There we go. We're up in the air again. This is going to be a bit of a longer flight. What's our immediate ETE? It's going to be incorrect, but 2007 Zulu, that's just over an hour. No, it's just under 2 hours. Ooh. That's at very low ground speed. We'll get closer to the 2 hours I'm anticipating this flight taking over time. Gonna set heading to match our current direction of travel. That's going to change now to be our GPS track, which is approximately 276. There's Hayden up ahead of us at 7.5 miles spacing. That's perfect. "150 knots airspeed will just guarantee that we don't stall on the way up, which is what I don't want. 1 hour 32 you're anticipating? That sounds about right. I think I've budgeted 2 hours for this, but it shouldn't be much longer than an hour and a half. It's saying 216 here for me, but again, that's at 164 knots ground speed. We'll be going almost double that once we're up at altitude. Especially if we've got a nice tailwind the entire way, that'd be really nice. I'm actually climbing a bit slower than I was last time as well. But we should be, in theory, good to get up to decent altitude. On Friday, by the way, guys, we'll be doing the next leg of the trip. And that will be, I am telling you now, 110% guaranteed, a single leg. And it will be in the Challenger 300 because I have nothing else that really has the range to do a I think it's over 2,000 kilometer leg. Yeah, 2,716 kilometer leg, which I think is actually the longest so far. Nope, 2318 was the longest so far, but the next one is going to be the second longest. So I can set Ouagadougou as being that's the wrong green. Being green, Niger to Burkina Faso as being green, and Burkina Faso to Mali as being orangey yellow. Perfect. Has the map updated to reflect the current state of affairs. It's 1,200 feet above us currently. At about 10 miles range, I want to say. Yeah, about 10 miles. Which means that I've managed to gauge the spacing perfectly. An air traffic controller would, in fact, be proud. And I've let VATSPLAY close again. I want to see what's going on in VATSIM around the world. Brilliant. Bradley, if you're here, glad to hear your problem's been sorted. Course 274, we're actually flying 276, that's perfect, our heading bug is aligned 276. Simulator Gaming, welcome back. I did miss you. Chat's been quiet without you. You haven't been causing mayhem. Oh, through 12,000 feet. I would normally turn off the landing lights. Oh, that's the landing light. Hey! Making good frame rates today. Because I've turned down a lot of settings. I think I've got actual scenery for the airport we're landing at in Mali, so hopefully that's going to work. Fingers crossed we'll have decent scenery in Mali. If you are enjoying the stream, guys, you can hit the like button and subscribe if you really want to as well. We're going to be cruising here for a little while. We're going to be climbing for a little while, then cruising for another little while. ET's already down below 2 hours, up to 191 knots ground speed. That is perfect. And Hayden's extended out to 12 miles, so let's just speed up to 200 knots. I want to spam the add button. No, I don't feel that's necessary. Not enough people watching for it to be worth me spamming an add button. These are my chill streams. My weekend is Monday and Friday. Effectively. 200 knots now, so we'll start closing in on Hayden in theory. We'll also climb a bit slower, but that's fine. Down to... we're already down to 1 hour 23 minutes remaining in this flight just by speeding up a small bit. And it might seem dumb that I should mention this. It might seem dumb that I'm saying, oh, I'm flying here and I've just switched on autopilot. This is in reality what a real world pilot in a Cirrus Vision Jet SF50 would do. Is just get off the ground, autopilot on, and let the plane do the flying. And then, like, pilots only ever, for the most part, especially commercial pilots, it's like 737s and whatnot, they only ever really do takeoffs and landings. They'll sometimes fly up to, I think there's a Flytech to Sims airline, they allow hand flying up to 24,500 feet. After that, it has to be autopilot. Some airlines, you know, hand flying is allowed, but just for ease, because the amount of flying a real life pilot does, they will just throw on autopilot and do takeoffs and landings and taxiing and whatnot, and sometimes hand fly maneuvers that are sometimes seen as potentially necessary. I forgot to set baro to standard again. Standard baro, please. And we're good. We got no alerts. Oh, I didn't. That's really cool. Didn't know the G1000 could do that. Coming up through, is that 18,000 feet? Yep. 18,100 now. Yeah, we should be an hour and a half on this leg, roughly. Timer reference 10 minutes. Very good. And, we're already at Mach 0.426. So, airspeed's good, ground speed's good, time remaining's good, fuel is good, altitude's coming up, catching up to Hayden very slowly. He's 2,500 feet ahead, above us, 12.5 miles ahead of us. So if I were to zoom into about here, maybe a bit higher, no, it's not going to want to show me. Okay. And I am flying real time again. I should mention this. I am flying real time, but because we're flying westbound, we are getting extended daylight. I think Mali runs GMT +1. I can check. Time zone map. And Mali runs Mali's running GMT. Mali's running GMT, which makes it interesting because there's technically an hour's time difference between. I'm enjoying how that airport seems to have better scenery than Ouagadougou. Yeah, there's an hour's difference between Ireland and Mali. And Ireland's an hour ahead, so sunset is going to be. We're actually flying at Zulu time. So you can see here we're currently at 1851 local, but that is because we're still over Burkina Faso, I believe. I zoom out on the range. It's not going to show international borders, but I can gauge where I am based on that. Yeah, we're still over Burkina Faso. The border should be somewhere around here. And I can check. Yeah, the border is going to be actually at the halfway point, at which point the local time should revert to Zulu. In fact, if I change PFD. No, it's not PFD. I can't remember how to change that. No. PFD. DFLT, no. Yeah, well, option 3 for that. Bearing 2. I can't remember how to set that to Zulu. Just know the local time in Mali is the exact same as local time in Ireland. Currently. Local time, or local time in Burkina Faso even. Local time in Mali is 1 hour behind. It's technically in a time zone that, well, it does exist currently, but as far as Ireland and the UK are concerned, it doesn't exist. So, time zone switch is going to happen roughly here, in about 150 nautical miles. Hayden is currently... Yeah, we are closing in on Hayden. We're less than 12.5 miles away from him now. And cruising on up to 25,000 feet. He's seemingly already at 25,000, so he might pull away from us a bit. There is a reason I'm looking around right now. I'm just making sure that everything's the way that it should be. I'm quite happy that this plane is configured correctly. So let's go into the chase view. Have a look at the beautiful scenery that is very blurry because the satellite photos aren't very good. Your 250 already accelerating Mach 0.6. Fair enough. So I'm just never going to catch you on this leg, that's fine. I'm trying to find a good angle to take a picture of this thing. I mean, this is a... Oh, that's a really cool angle. Of the... this looks like a dolphin. Like, here's the nose, here's the tail fin, here's... I'm gonna call this the dorsal fin, even though it's way back here. 2 side fins. It's a dolphin plane. It's also one of the very few V-tail planes that I've actually got. Got it through 23,500 feet. Let's go for still spot here, just for drama. So shift 2. This is a lot more dramatic in a 737 last night, but it's still quite dramatic. The plane just launches past at half the speed of sound. Slow to 210. Yeah, if you can slow to like Mach, roughly Mach 0.5, that should be good. Because I'll be cruising slightly over Mach 0.5. Let me get down first so I can watch you land and have that on the stream. Because it always looks nice when there's a landing on the stream as well as my own. It's very difficult for me to show my own landing because I kind of need the pages and stuff open. Habitat, let's get some information about our next airport, which is Gabs Bamako Senou. It's a medium-sized airport, 3,200 meter runway, so we're going to be good. I'm going to take, assuming it exists, taxiway Charlie for light aircraft, so we're not going to land on the main apron. or the annex apron, or I mean shut down on them. Taxiway Charlie for light aircraft, and let's have a look at the approaches. So we got two runways, 0624. 06 is an ILS, and 24 has RNAV only. We'll plan out ILS and RNAV. Then ILS Yankee from the Decat area there at 3500, that's going to be fine. And then, oh, that's the RNAV from Decat, that's fine. ILS Yankee. I don't like Yankee ILS's. What's the ILS Zulu look like? ILS Zulu looks significantly better, so we can go from Gatam and then head in from there. And Gatam is minimum holding altitude 3300. So you want to be 3300 at 6.7 miles out, which is there. So if we get to 3300 by Gatam, we'll be fine. On the RNAV, if we get to 3500 by Decat, we'll be fine because we'll be doing a step descent to 33 and then all the way down to 0, or runway altitude, which is 1247 foot. 24 and 06 is 1187 foot. So that's fine. I should be able to put it on the stream. If I open the link, this is going to be a really wonky way of doing it, but I can get it to work. Save that. Then open up OBS. Do a new image source. Just call it image 3 for now. Browse. Go to where I saved that. Okay. There we go. That's the screenshot Hayden just put into the planes room of his lovely mobile. Well, I can also do a think. I'm gonna play about with this a bit. Can I do what I want to do with this? What happens if I color correct it? Oh yeah? Drama. Pure drama. Boom. I have improved upon your picture, Hayden. Hang on, if I get this lined up just right. There we go. There's Hayden. The sun is inexplicably lower than mine somehow. Oh, I know why. Derp to derp to derp to derp to derp. DFD. Gabs. Auto route direct. And let's have a look at the... Somebody's put a pyre up in the USA of smooth ride. That's quite thoroughly useless. Could you imagine getting a pirate through a pilot report of weather, and the report is, it's okay, it's good, it's okay, it's not bad. So, well, you'd expect weather to be okay. Pirates are for when it's not. There's Hayden. Actual Hayden, not fake Hayden that I've got on the stream. Student pilots. Do. I'll do an aileron roll. And do 1, 2, 3, aileron roll. I can do a loop-the-loop as well if you want. Let's do a loop-the-loop. Come on, you can do it, little Cirrus. Oh yeah. I just bossed the loop-to-loop. Outside cam doing an aileron roll. I can't really do a barrel roll on this, but I can go into chase view. I need to disable autopilot first. Autopilot off. Chase view. And a quick aileron roll. We'll do a proper barrel roll. This isn't very good at doing barrel rolls. There we go. We'll also do a wobble. Oh crap, I've stalled it. Just hold a flight level change, please. Please. Oh god. Flight level change at 200 knots. Because I need you to pick up speed again. That didn't go well. Do an Alt F4. No. Actually, if I do flight level change, it will say 150. We should be good to pick up speed after that. Yeah, Aiden's just gone now. Hope you enjoyed seeing Aiden on the stream, because we ain't catching him again. Aeronautics tends to slow planes quite a lot. Or aerobatics. Aeronautics. At least I'm not as bad as Traff, who managed to get his game to crash last week. Or on Friday. I wonder... Can I... There's a... Yes, 1137. There's a VOR there. Perfect. 1137. Swap. No. PFD bearing 1. Oh, we can just get a GPS. Oh, that's perfect. So we're at 25,000 feet again. And we're going to start accelerating again. Slowly but surely. Hopefully we'll start getting Mach numbers again, because I don't like having TAS visible. Because I don't understand true airspeed compared to Mach numbers. Let's get next right on that, actually. Turn off topo. Oh no, keep topo on, because it looks interesting. No alerts, comically. So, an hour out. 253 nautical miles away. Well, actually, we're actually a lot less than an hour out. There we go, we got Mach numbers back. Mach 0.43. I'd ask you to slow down, Hayden, but I know you ain't gonna do that. The other departure from Niamey is just arriving, by the way, in Istanbul, formerly known as Constantinople. Very few people seem to fly into Bamako Senu as well. Do Alf F4? No. I don't like Alf. Yeah, there's Hayden just accelerating away, 20 miles away. That black dot on the screen there is Hayden. Slowing 200. You don't actually need to slow, I was kidding, but would be appreciated just so there's a landing after mine on the stream. That'd be too slow. I was gonna say slow down to like Mach 0.47, but that's still very slow. I should get back up above Mach 0.5 soon. So there's 200. We're gonna start slowly closing on Hayden. We're going 1 knot faster than him. 2 knots faster than him. 3. Yeah, downside of planes like this is they are quite slow at high altitude. No judge on your spelling. There is no judge on your spelling, that is correct. I will, however, judge it. Interestingly, by the way, Hayden, and I shouldn't be too surprised by this, I was actually right as to what one of the bottlenecks is for X-Plane for me. Because since I've knocked down graphical fidelity, which obviously reduces the amount of strain put on a graphics card, I'm now up to 60 FPS in this, which indicates to me that my graphics card is actually bottlenecking X-Plane. Actually more than my CPU is. So the 2070 should actually gain me more FPS. Then Gator 99.5. Listen to Low Cash, love his life. Gator 99.5, I'm presuming, is a radio station. Also, I need to drop that out of my chair real quick so that I can pick that up and raise the arm of the chair again. And we're going to be just cruising along here at half the speed of sound for a little bit. Hayden, you might need to slow 190. Quick math says I'm not going to catch you. I need to be going in excess of 20, 30 knots faster than you. I don't think this gets up to 230 indicated. Unless you were to do a very late approach. And do some S-turns. My maths are saying I'm not catching it. Also, we're now into the sunset. Do you know air brake? That thing should have air brakes, actually, shouldn't it? Yeah, I need to be going... check maths again. Well, you're 20 nautical miles ahead. I'm going 15 nautical miles per hour faster than you. And we got 45 minutes remaining on this leg. Which is under an hour, which means that I'll catch up to about 5 miles behind you. That's what my maths is saying. Actually, slightly more than 5 miles. Pull a parachute? Yeah, see this here, Dagmar. I'm not gonna actually pull it. This does deploy a parachute. The Cirrus does genuinely have a parachute. Oh, Hayden fights back. Oh, those numbers are good. And I want COM2 to be 025, COM2 is 025, perfect. I'm going to start planning an approach about 130 knots, or 130 miles out this time, so that I don't end up having to go space shuttle status on the descent. You've already got your approach planned in? You do too. Only if it's the new Bray Wyatt that crashes your games then. Only if it's new Bray Wyatt. Or Kane doing Naomi's entrance. Ideally 2001 Kane. Missing ILS frequency. Oh, are we landing we landing 06? ILS 109.5. 109.5 for the ILS 06. Is the wind seriously favouring 06? Go straight vertical. No, I'm trying to catch Hayden. I'm curious.
Golf Alpha Bravo Sierra Airport information. Oscar 1730 Zulu weather wind calm visibility 10
Wind calm.
sky condition few clouds at 3000 temperature 40 dew point 15 QNH 1008 advice
188 on the QNH for Golf Alpha Bravo Sierra. So where did I put my pen? I have misplaced my pen. There it is. Doing Robert Roode at the moment. Very nice. Gabs Q1008. Got a notepad that I really should be using for this. Meh. We should be landing just after sunset as well. Actually, sunset's due in about 10 minutes, so we'll be landing after sunset. We are now catching up to Hayden. About 17 nautical miles behind. Can you get Jojo to say ravishing Rick Rude? 109.5 Hayden. 109.5 for the ILS. Which oddly is planned into my nav 2 already for some reason. Rick Rude is in the game. Just gotta say Rick Rude. It'll be fine. So yeah, let's go for the IS-06 Zulu via Gatam. And our barrel minimum here is, we're category Alpha 1387. So we'll say 1390 feet. Which is going to be 203 feet radar. Or 203 feet actually above the ground. We're not category Charlie or Bravo, we're category Alpha. Small light aircraft, that's fine. Let's approach, climb straight ahead to 2,900, then climbing, turn right, 3,300, 330, 3.3 to start radial 228 to rejoin Gatam holding. Van Dabi Aduzi. And let's just activate that straight away because it's basically going to be direct. See you, Dagmar. Yeah, I'm going direct Gatam as well. So you're charging £400 for Zane O'Brien Bell, costs like 30. Bonus to me, GG. GG WWE. Charge an absolute fortune for a belt that was used for all of a month. Can take that flight plan. Closing out 12 miles from Hayden. And at Gatam, I just want to make sure that I got this correct. At Gatam, I want to be at 3,300 effectively. So if I just go to my flight plan here, Gatam is already planned 3,300. Fine. So if I go 3,300, VNav, VPath's showing I'm good. Should be at this point. So we're still half an hour away from Gatam. Closing in on 12.5 miles from Hayden. Let's zoom in this a bit more. To the 7 mile marker, 7.5 mile marker. I'm not entirely sure how, but I'm slightly off GPS. So Aiden should start appearing fairly soon, within about 10 miles. Well, within 30 miles he should be loaded, but it's not... There he is. If I zoom in enough... Oh no! I've lost him again. I zoom in enough here and keep my mouse completely steady. It's not gonna let me zoom in enough, is it? Ah! GG. We're now at sunset over Mali. Why am I going seemingly further away from the GPS route? It's mildly concerning. Let's get nav 1 onto 1095, nav 2 can be 1137. And nav 1 needs to be 1095. Yep, perfect. So keep nav 2 available there, nav 1 can be our... like that, perfect. Lion GPS mode. Yes. Oh no, I'm not, I'm on roll. Ah. There's the problem. Must have defaulted to roll mode when I did all those aerobatics earlier. Check AP. AP is on. Yaw dampers on. Altitude's holding. I want VNAV armed for descent. Yeah, thank you, Aiden. It was set on roll mode, not GPS. Flight plan, what's my VNAV looking like? Top of descent is in 20 minutes. Or less than 20 minutes. Time reference will be in the air for 48 minutes so far. This is a significantly shorter flight than I was anticipating. We got the Honda Jet plug-in. There is a Honda Jet available for FSX and P3D, but not for X-Plane. It's supposed to be fairly good as well. Sim's trolling is backfiring because they're like all of the trolling he's doing is actually real. It isn't because it's a core convert. For freeware, it's okay for P3D and FSX. The thing we didn't do voice. GG. Oh wow, I've got to download this thing. Wow. Okay. That's really impressive. I'm gonna have to use that in a future leg. Holy cow, that's really actually quite impressive. Aiden's interested, but he won't be when he sees it. I am very impressed. I call that. Are you only annoyed because it's XP11 only? Baron's about as interesting as watching paint. I like Barons. 7.5 nautical miles away from Hayden. There he is. Still not quite fully loaded. You can. That's either a speck of dirt on my screen or he's... No, he is fully loaded in. Just very difficult to see. You didn't open the link. Have a look at it though. Like you do have to admit, once you have a look at it, there is a very impressive bit of work after being done to it. Here to the name. Look at the link! Right, I'm gonna send it to Traff as well. Traff. Look at this plane, Traff. Also, I'm streaming spicy meme-tastics. There's... Hayden, are you alright? Because that was a very odd turn you just took. Are you hand-flying that thing? Or are you S-turning to try and slow down? Hayden, do an aileron roll. We're all watching you. Getting back on course. Aileron roll. Mainly because I want to see how X Squawk Box actually handles somebody doing an aileron roll. I'm kind of hoping it just wonks its way around an aileron roll. You've done 3. GG. That's a bit disappointing. I was hoping to at least see a very what. Yeah, that. I was hoping to at least see something really weird happening with your plane, and I look back at it and it is just doing weird things now. There we go, there's the weirdness I was anticipating. Let's see if we got any traffic planning on leaving. Yeah, there is actually a 787 somewhere ahead of us as well. It's probably so far ahead that it's going to be well gone. Yeah, it's going to be well gone by the time we actually catch up to it. Why do I have the feeling you've chosen that call sign for a reason? Yes! Yes, you have chosen it for a reason. I'm not entirely sure that you know that there's a reason behind it. Hayden, did you decide to use November 410 November Echo because of the registered owner of the plane? Because according to aviation database, the owner of November 410 November Echo is Flying Fool LLC. Oh, it's 140. Let's try 140 November Echo. 410 November Echo is owned by Flying Fool LLC. Oh, it's because it's a real eclipse. See, that's nowhere near as funny as 410 November Echo, which I misread it as. My misreading resulted in a funnier call, funnier logic behind the plane. We should be coming up on top of descent fairly soon. Yeah, about 7 minutes out. Traffic, 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 traffic. There's the BA 737. Also, is that seriously you being on course? Because my course is like way over here. 737 should different star. No, we're both flying the same approach. That's the confusing thing. We're both flying the exact same route, but his course is offset by mine by about a mile. Or offset from mine by about a mile. Direct Gatam. Yeah, that's where I'm going. Direct Gatam. Your course for some reason is over there though. That's very interesting. A weirdness of flight sims. In a 4-day type wrong way to have see literally impossible sim. This is a G1000. You go select approach. And I'm using a 060 Zulu via Gatam. Activate. That's bringing me direct Gatam. Inexplicably a slightly different course to Hayden. You updated your nav data last night. My nav data. Oh, that reminds me. I need to change. Thanks for the reminder. I need to update my sim brief. Nav data. Because that's out of date. That's using the previous ARAC. Log in. Keep me logged. Keep me logged in. Doesn't matter too much. Dispatch system. New flight. ARAC options, unlock ARAC. Close. And 1905 has been unlocked. Seems like we'll have some clouds to deal with on the way down to Bamako. Or Bamako, or whatever you want to call it. Not ideal, but we can make do with that. Top of the ascent should be momentarily. 4 minutes. This is a bit of the flight that I hate, where you're just waiting for top of descent. Aiden, have you sped up again? Barman is 1390, that's good. Guess you couldn't tell you dipped. Ah! I could start a flight level change down. Then again, does it matter too much if I'm descending yet? I don't think so. We're actually past sunset. This is unrealistic. My immersion. Sunset in Bamako was 12 minutes ago. And a Bell stream? I don't think I have a Bell helicopter. Plus I'm terrible at flying them. I could, Hayden, if you can fly helicopters, I could do a meme leg in a helicopter. Bell X1, oh my god. Who made the item that I'm thinking of? Ah, it's not Bell. Oh. Here we go, we're getting night now. And just approaching top of descent. Hopefully VPath will kick. Please kick VPath. Please kick. VPath never kicks. Go flight level change at 230. There we go. Oh, crap. It's 3,000 something. Flight level change. VPath is still armed. We'll bring flight level change to 230. I need to check Avitab just to make sure I have 3,300. So I just need to add 300 feet on here. And let's get descending. We're effectively cleared to an altitude, or we'll claim it at least, so... PFD, standard bar can be removed, 1008 was the latest bar ref I got. We'll just double check here.
Golf, Alpha, Bravo, Sierra, airport information, Quebec, 1800, Zulu, weather, wind, 104 at 3, visibility, 10,000, sky condition, few cloud.
Golf, Alpha, Bravo, Sierra, airport information, Romeo, 1800, Zulu, weather, wind, 104 at 3, visibility, 10,000, Golf, Alpha, Bravo, Sierra, airport information, Romeo, 1830, Zulu, weather, wind, 104 at 5, visibility, 10,000, sky condition, few clouds at 3,000, temperature 39, dew point 15, QNH 1008, advise on initial contact.
It is fine. It's ascended about 200 knots. Lights are all on. Everything's pretty much ready for arrival. Just getting the plane down to the ground. 60 miles from Bamako. Oh yeah, we're going to be overflying the airport, that's fine. I was slightly confused there. There's something I was going to say about Quebec. yeah, the airport I've chosen from Montreal on this tour, which is going to be the capital of Quebec, because I'm hitting all the Canadian provincial capitals too. It's a bit of a random one. The airport that I've chosen is... well, it might seem a bit random at first, but there is a reason behind it. It is Saint-Hubert Airport, which will be flown in from Rockcliffe in Ottawa, and we'll be flying out to Vermont. This is going to be a weird little leg, because this is going to be 3 flights that'll all be done on DC-3. I need to find myself, or make myself, one of the two, a specific paint job for that plane. And I will be flying under a non-World Tour call sign, because usually I'll fly under a Golf Alpha Whiskey Tango call sign. My current one is Golf Alpha Whiskey Tango. For those 2 legs, I'll be flying a Canadian call sign, Charlie something or other. Probably Charlie Foxtrot. Current plan is Delta Tango Delta. That is almost definite to change, and that'll change as and when I get an updated call sign available to me for the exact plane I want to fly. Now, if you watch the same stuff I do, you might recognize DTD as a DC-3, a real one. And you might recognize Saint-Hubert Airport in Montreal, and why those 2 link up. Because I'm going to be flying, for those 2 legs, and it's a while away yet, but I want to do it regardless. It's a long time away. We still have all of Africa, all of Asia, and the rest of Europe to do first, and all of the Americas. And Hawaii, because of course. I want to fly the plane that Mikey McBrien is currently restoring, which is a DC-3 ex-Transport Canada. Used to be registered as Charlie Fox Delta Tango Delta. That call sign has since, or that registration and therefore call sign has since been moved to a different plane. So I am likely to use whatever the real reg is on the plane to do that leg, or those 2 legs. There are 2 other legs where I'll be using a DC-3 as well, 100% guaranteed, and they're going to be Buffalo DC-3s, probably the same Buffalo DC-3. Descending at 190 is probably fine. I'd like a small bit of extra speed on this descent. Just keep your speed up a bit. Hayden's behind me right now screaming, "Go faster, Dave, you get." In fact, that's... the only limitation under 10,000 feet is below indicated 250. So if I descend at 250 knots, we should be fine, and that shouldn't actually exceed the maximum of the airframe. So let's get this plane properly descending. Yeah, 250 is right on the overspeed log. So let's pull back on the throttle a small bit. Probably not the greatest idea, but let's do this anyway. Just to get a bit of distance between myself and Hayden here on the descent. Where are you on my screen? According to this, you are 3/4 of a mile back, 900 feet below. 1,000 feet below. Hence why I've picked up my speed temporarily. Right, let's bring it back down to idle here. Get into a bit of a dive. I'm way above where I should be. So if I go onto the external view, chase, you are right there, Aiden. Are you climbing to try and dip some speed out? It's probably not the worst idea in the world. Where are we with regards to the airport? Just 27 miles out. That might be it there, actually. Yeah, that is the airport right there, I would wager. Just a case of actually making it down there. In fact, I'm so sure that's the airport that I'm tempted to go visual. The airport is going to be slightly off to the left. That is in fact the airport. Right there. Conditions are good for visual approach. But I do know there's some cloud expected at 3,000 feet, so it's probably not the best idea right now. Hayden, you're now less than a quarter mile behind me. Just FYI. Are you trying to do a formation landing here? Hang on. What are you doing? Could you imagine being sat in the back of the plane looking out and seeing a 737 right there? Yes. Oh, God. This'll end badly for everybody. Where's he gone now? Forward and down? Wait, are you actually planning on going visual for this, Aiden? That is a terrible idea. Oh, good grief. No wonder I couldn't see you were under the wing. I'm going to need to start bleeding speed fairly quickly in a minute. And this thing doesn't have any spoilers. This is going to be interesting. I'm still 21 miles from Gatam. Let's get this zoomed in a bit. There we go. 21 miles from Gatam, 12 from the airport itself, so that is the airport. Yeah. There we go. Perfect timing for dinner as well. Oh, where's Hayden gone now? Oh, he's dropping back to... How have you dropped back to 2 miles behind already? You're gonna yeet onto the ground. Oh dear. You're not planning on going direct in, right? Because... There's the... Oh, the airport has actually spawned in correctly. Wonderful. That was a minor concern. And that is, I think... Yes, this is the custom scenery that I installed. Wonderful. So we're going to be parking up over here. That is the light aircraft area. You're lawn darting. Oh dear. You realise, Hayden, the runway is basically... Like, we're basically on downwind right now. In theory, if I get about 2,000 feet per minute, I could do a visual approach. Don't think that's the wisest thing ever, though, so we're going to continue. Barn Lodge, hello. Yeah, we're starting to get slightly reduced visibility here, so that's ruling out the visual. Oh god, Hayden, are you actually yeeting it into the runway right now? I'm streaming late? I streamed bang on time. This is just going on. We are on the final leg of our trip today. There's Hayden. I'm not entirely sure what he's trying to do. I'm gonna start bleeding speed now, though. Below 10,000 feet. We're below 5,000 feet, so let's get this thing slowing down. A bit faster than that, please. I could go flaps 1 gear now. Probably going too fast. That's probably an indicator for gear flaps. Right, I'm happy keeping throttle there. I can actually set CDI to loc 1, hit approach. I'm going to vertical speed mode. We've captured glide slope suddenly. So flaps 1 and gear. Hayden is full on lawn darting. And I think he's run into some frame rate issues because he's suddenly come to a stop in midair. I think his frame rate has dipped below 20. Right, let's go full flaps so we can watch Hayden die in real time. There he goes. Hayden, the runway's running 90 degrees to where you're trying to land. I think he's just realised that. Oh no, he's actually lined up for the runway and I'm gonna miss the landing. Oh, that looked rough. That looked like a very rough landing. You're gonna want to take the first left if you got any sort of scenery there, Hayden. First left if you actually got scenery. Airports in the dark look so much better in X-Plane. Well, I'm cheating a bit. I've actually got an add-on running to make the lights look better. That's what the airport actually looks like. My add-on makes the airport more shiny-full. The airport actually looks something like this. It's supposed to like this. I prefer it looking like this though. I am relatively happy. Hayden's scenery is a mismatch to mine. Happy that Hayden's going to be off the runway by the time I land. He's actually vacated already. So we'll say clear to land. Runway 06. Winds are whatever the winds are. 3 knot heading and 5 cross. That's fine. Coming up on minimums. And we can go visual from here. Small bit of turbulence. Nothing to be too concerned about though. HDR on 4 FPS. Oh god. Right, bit low.
500.
Bit low and bit to the right. Or a bit to the left even, so let's just put a bit of right rudder in. Guide the plane in nicely. There we go. Bit of left rudder now, just to get us back on track, and we'll just go a bit higher, a bit above flight director. There we go. Here's minimums. And we are of course landing, because we're basically on the runway already. And there we go. That wasn't actually a bad landing. I know it's saying acceptable, but it's in the touchdown zone, not high G. And we had the speed under control the entire way down. Yeah, runway lights are on, they just pick up very, very late. So that was an hour 29, seemingly. 198 to 200 plus. I was more interested in, honestly I was more interested in just getting it down the touchdown zone than Anything else? This should be the light aircraft apron we're arriving at. Airports. Yes, perfect. Let's put up the flaps. Weren't the best landings in the world today, but definitely landings you can 100% walk away from with only a minor bit of back pain. Not entirely sure where we're supposed to park here, actually. According to this, we've already gone off the apron, but clearly we haven't. I'm gonna park around back here. Brakes on. Door open and engine off. And everything can get switched off because we don't need it again today. And that is another leg done. I'm quite happy with how those went today. Fairly uneventful. But, 2 decent landings. Nothing that'll break a plane. 200 feet per minute, these things are made to take those every day of the week. Project Fly reckons my landing was 171. So, yeah. An error occurred while loading this flight. What? What does my logbook say here? There we go, it's loaded now. Yeah, according to Project Fly, my landing was 171 at 1.036 G. That was about as good as you're gonna get. I'm not gonna get much better than that in this thing because I'm not used to it. I know I could do better, but I'm probably not going to. But that is going to do it for today. Hope you enjoyed. I'll be back tomorrow with Farm Sim. Until then, stay safe. And goodbye. Now I get to enjoy some spag ball.